Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to another YouTube bonus. Very glad to see you. Thank you for taking the time. 6 members of Congress are disrupting. They're mavericks. They are causing trouble. 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans. There are more, but I've whittled it down to 6 because these people are always causing trouble. So to be fair, we split it. First up, Rand Paul. Okay, been in the Senate for 14 years from Kentucky, 62 years old. Son of Ron Paul, who's a Texan. And Rand Paul is, he's like an independent libertarian guy. Doesn't like Trump at all. Voted against the big, beautiful bill, one of 3 Republicans who did that. Wanted to shut the government down, didn't want to open it up. Okay, he's one of 2 Republicans voting with the Democrats, and he votes pretty much as a contrarian. All right, and he doesn't like the war on narcotics at all. Roll the tape.
And I guess what gets me about my colleagues is they seem to think that these people are less than human. They're not even deserving of the respect of animals. Just kill them. And it's sort of this laughing sort of ha, 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 these are really bad people that gets to me is that, well, what if you're wrong?
Well, what if you're wrong about the jihadists? We waxed ISIS. We destroyed Al-Qaeda. And now the drug cartels, which are killing hundreds of thousands of people in the USA, millions around the world, have been designated through the power of the presidency as terrorist groups. Yeah, mistakes will be made in all wars. But your solution is what? It's been going on since what? The 1960s? Millions dead, cartels, some of the richest people in the world, and you don't want them blown out of the Caribbean Sea because you don't trust U.S. intel? Come on, that's pretty extreme. That's almost a conspiracy thing. So we're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars killing fishermen? The strategy of attacking the drug boats, there's a bunch of good things that happen from that. Is that makes it a lot harder to recruit smugglers, for sure, on these cartels. And they're in disarray. And it sends a message. But Paul doesn't like it. Lisa Murkowski, Alaska, Republican, been in the Senate 23 years. Wow. So her father was governor of Alaska, Frank Murkowski. She's a Nepo kid. No doubt about that. In my mind, 68 years old. Doesn't like the drug boats, like Rand Paul. They're kin. Didn't like defunding NPR and PBS. Pretty left wing. I don't want my money going there, Lisa, but maybe you want yours there. I don't know why. And just generally gives Trump and the Republican Party a hard time. Big abortion person, Murkowski. Big. Never liked her. But she is a very disruptive force. And the only reason she's in there is because Alaska has that ranked voting thing. They don't just go head to head. And so she got in. She got me in there until 2029. So Lisa is not be changing anything soon. Final Republican is Thomas Massie, the congressman from Kentucky. Now, Massie's been in office 13 years. He's up next year, 2026. The gamblers say he has no shot to be reelected because Trump hates him and vice versa. All right, so Massie, as you know, opposes everything Trump does. And he's big on the Epstein files, getting them out, this, that. He's 54 years old. Had a tragedy recently. His wife died. And they got married very quickly to a new woman. And Trump said some nasty things about that. The quote was that, did Thomas Massie, sometimes referred to as Rand Paul Jr., this is President Trump's quote, because of the fact that he always votes against the Republican Party, get married already? Boy, was that quick. No wonder the polls have him less than 8% chance of winning the election of 26. Anyway, have a great life, Thomas, and your wife will soon find out that she's stuck with a loser. That's pretty nasty. There's bad blood there, that's for sure. And I do believe Massie has no chance. Oh, he'll cause trouble for another year. People of Kentucky will put in a conservative because that's not going to play in the bluegrass state. Massie voted against the big, beautiful bill. Let's see, did he want to open the government? Don't know. You want to keep it closed. Against supplemental funding for border security. Wow. You know, Rand Paul is a guy who says, look, I don't want to spend any money. That's it. No money. So he votes against all expenditures. I guess Massie is that way. American homeowners, the FBI has been warning all of us about a type of real estate fraud called title theft. The target, your equity. With just a forged signature, ownership can be transferred out of your name, and without protection in place, you are facing an emotional and financial nightmare. That's why I partner up with Home Title Lock. You can find out today if you are already a victim and protect yourself. Use promo code BILL at HomeTitleLock.com to get a free title history report plus a free trial of their $1 million triple lock protection. That's 24/7 monitoring, urgent alerts, and if you are a victim of fraud, they will spend up to $1 million to fix it. Don't be a victim. Protect your equity today. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL, or use the link below. That's HomeTitleLock.com, promo code BILL. Okay, let's go on the Democratic side. 3 mavericks there. First one and most famous is Senator John Fetterman, 56 years old. He ran for the Senate in 2016. He lost. Then he ran for lieutenant governor in 18 of Pennsylvania. He won. And then he won recently. So he's in the Senate for a while. But he is one of the few that crosses party lines to open the government. Fetterman said, hey, I'm not closing this government down for political reasons. But a lot of the things that Fetterman supports are Republican issues. Number one being Israel. So a couple of weeks ago, I was with Fetterman at the Kennedy Center in D.C. for a town hall. Roll tape. You support Israel, and the progressives don't, generally speaking. You are for a very rigorous defense against Putin in Ukraine, correct? You want to stop him, right?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I would fully support. In fact, I just on social media, I encouraged President Trump to provide tomahawks to the Ukrainians.
Okay.
I mean, it's like he is probably the only person in the world that could end this terrible war. And I think, why can't we all agree that that's necessary?
You're not a wild spender. You want to get the debt under control. So why are you Democrat? Your party is against you on all 3 of those issues.
Well, I mean, a lot of the things that maybe I really believe in calling balls and strikes. And I think I want to follow the truths.
Now, I'm going to predict that Fetterman is probably going to go independent at somewhere down the line, particularly if he continues to defy the Democratic leadership. Got to understand, honey, the reason that we don't have a lot of crossover votes or cooperation or détente, whatever you want to call it, is that the respective speakers of the House, both of them do this. Johnson for the Republicans, and the minority is Hakeem Jeffries of the Democrats. They basically say to their crew in the House of Representatives, you don't toe our line, you're not getting any money to run. We're not going to give you any political action committee money to run for re-election. That's what Pelosi did. All right? So that's why you don't have crossover. Senate is a little bit more independent, but still there's a tremendous pressure because you get on the wrong side of Trump and he doesn't like you, then you're in trouble. And so when you arrive in the House, if you think you're going to be able to vote independently, follow your conscience, well, you better bring a lot of money with you. And that is corruption. Now, you can't vote the way you believe your district would vote or that the folks want. You got to vote money because it costs so much money to run for the Senate and the House. And that's what's going on. So, but Fetterman, you got to respect that a little bit. He's defying. The second guy is Adam Schiff. Now, I picked him as one of the disruptors. He's so extreme. He's not a communist or a socialist. He's a hater. He's like dripping with malice against not only Trump, but all Republicans, all MAGA people. All right, so Schiff, 65 years old, born in Massachusetts, went to Stanford, and then they got elected to Congress, and they gerrymandered the district. So, that's why California is just a Democratic state. Republicans have no shot because they broke up all the Republican districts to give the Democrats more of an advantage. So corrupt. Anyway, Schiff toes the party line 100%, but he causes a massive amount of trouble by making these defamatory statements, and now Trump is after him. Might get him some kind of real estate beef. And he is, if you look at Schiff's statements, it's just so over the top. There's never going to be any compromise there. Finally, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. This is a different thing. She wants to be the senator from New York, and she will beat Schumer. Schumer knows that is not going to run. So AOC, who I didn't think was going to stay with politics, I thought she'd get on The View or go into entertainment. But it looks like she's got her eye on the prize here. She is a socialist, hardcore socialist. Could be communist, but I don't even know if she knows the difference. Went to Boston U, where I matriculated there as well. And Nancy Pelosi hated her so much. You have no idea. And neutralized her while Pelosi was Speaker of the House. I mean, she doesn't get big assignments, AOC. She's on the Energy Committee, the Health Committee oversight. But they blunted her. She's way out there. She tours with Bernie Sanders. And these are the wealth tax people. That's the final point I'm going to make. So the wealth tax is a seizure of private property from the affluent. AOC supports that. So does Bernie Sanders. That's communism. You take private property. So these are the disruptors. There they are, all 6 of them. If you disagree, I'd like to hear from you. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. Please put your name and town. If you don't want me to say your name and town, just say that. I won't. But we would like to hear from you. If you think I'm off base in any way, that's part of the interesting landscape of doing news analysis. I like dissent. I like to hear what you have to say. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this YouTube bonus. We'll see you later on this week.